You foolish rascal, the 8th child of the woman you are carrying will kill you. He took a flower, lotus flower. And Narad Muni, he took the lotus flower and he started to, pluck the petals from it. The demigods and great saintly persons showered flowers in joyous mood, and clouds gathered in the sky, and very mildly glittered, making sounds like those of the ocean waves. So which one it is? Is this first one, or is this 30th one? So you can't trust Krishna, who had very wonderful lotus-like eyes, and who wore in his four hands the four weapons: Shank, Chakra, Gada, and Padma. So every Janmashtami we talk about the same story of Krishna's appearance, and yet it is always interesting and it is always mind capturing, so to speak. Anyway, we are going to talk from Chaitanya Charitamrita a little bit, just as an introduction. Why it is very important to study Srimad Bhagavatam and hear about Krishna. We are going to hear a few verses. So this is in Bengali. Chaitanya Charitamrita is written in Bengali by Krishnadas Kaviraj. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela. This is a discussion between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramanand Roy. This happened when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the first time met Ramanand Roy. I know that most of you will probably, these are the names which you have never heard of, but just go along with the story, and then we'll come to Krishna. Okay? So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking to Ramanand Roy. He says, Prabhu kahe, aage kaha, sunite pai sukhe, apurva amrit nadi vahe tomar mukhe. So Ramanand Roy is telling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, reading some Bhagavatam verses and describing the Bhagavatam verses. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so much happy just listening to those verses that he is asking Ramanand Roy that Prabhu kahe, aage kaha, sunite paye sukhe, apurva amrit nadi vahe. That means there is like a river of nectar is flowing from your mouth. So please, wo hai tumhar mukhe. So please continue. So then Ramanand Roy is saying, Rai kahe, iha ami kichu na jani, tumi yehi kahao, sei kahi ami vani. So what is he saying? Rai kahe, iha ami kichu na jani. I don't know anything. This is this is all tumi yehi kaho. You are saying all this. It's just I am speaking, but actually you are saying everything from my mouth. Tomar sikshaya padi yena sukha patha sakshat ishwar tumi ke bujhe tomar nata. So what is he saying? I'm just going to give a gist of it, Prabhu. So don't catch me on knowing the Bangladeshi or Bangla language. So he says Tomar shiksha hai. So I am learning everything from you. And then he says that actually I am your nata. Nata means I am just being a in your drama. I'm just being a nata, right? Nata means puppet. Yeah, like puppet. So I'm just being a puppet and I'm playing a part into the drama that you are playing. And then he goes on to say, Hridaye prerna karo, jihvaye kaho vani, ki kahiye bhala manda, kichu na jani. So he says, you are giving the inspiration to me from my heart. You are sitting in my heart. You are the Supreme Lord. You are giving me the prerna, the inspiration. And that is how I am able to speak something. Otherwise, I don't know. Kichu na jani. I don't know anything. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramanand Roy is saying. So, some of you may know that Ramanand Roy was in his past birth, he was Arjun. And Krishna was Krishna basically. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, right? So in the Bhagavad Gita, when he was speaking to Arjun, who was asking question and who was giving the answers? Arjuna was asking all the questions, right? And Krishna was giving the answers. Now the tables have turned. So what is happening is Ramanand Roy, who is Arjun, he is answering the questions that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Krishna is asking. So then Ramanand Roy says that I am like a string instrument. You have seen the string instruments like a tambura, or you can say, guitar or sitar. So I am like a string instrument. He says, when the music player is just pulling, like pulling those strings, the music is created. Now, is that, like, is it the credit, does the credit go to the instrument, or does the credit go to the musician, right? So the musician is able to play the music, otherwise the music is not going to come out of that string instrument. So what he's saying is that I am like a string instrument and being pulled by you, and that is how I can speak what you are hearing and you are appreciating. So what do we learn from this before we begin the narration is that, like, that there are two parties here, right? Like that one who is listening and one who is speaking. So what we need to learn is that when we are listening, we should be like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We should be like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who says that I don't know anything. He's Krishna himself. He knows everything. Everything Vedas, if you know him, then you know the Vedas. So he is like that, and yet he's saying that, you tell me, I don't know anything. And that is how he is listening. And how is the speaker? The speaker is saying that I really don't know anything. When we are speaking, we need to remember that we are just an instrument. We are just being played by Krishna and our acharyas, our teachers. When we speak, we need to understand that we are not really the main people who are responsible for whatever words that we are speaking. So this is something that we need to learn, and this is something for us to appreciate how to read Bhagavatam and how to enjoy reading Bhagavatam. Okay, so we'll go to Canto 10. Canto 10 in Srimad Bhagavatam talks about Krishna's appearance. Samam Bonam is Latin, and Latin, it is to be understood as the highest goal. So what is our highest goal is this Canto 10. And whatever we learn and whatever we read in that is supposed to be the highest goal. So, and not just highest goal, it is the highest good. What is the best for us to know is in Canto 10. And that's where Krishna's appearance is described. So before this canto, Sukadeva Goswami, who is the speaker of Bhagavatam, he described Yadu dynasty, and also he described about the moon god, sun god, and then Maharaj Parikshit has requesting him to describe about Lord Krishna. He says, I heard everything, but I still want to hear actually about Krishna. So can you please describe to me about what happened to Baladev? Like you described briefly about Baladev appearing, but I still cannot understand how Baladev, who was born of Devaki and then is known as a Rohini Sutta, who is transferred into Rohini's womb, and then he appeared. So what happened there? What are the activities that Krishna performed? So he talks about, he says, can you please tell me about all those things? So, and then he describes that, like, taking the boat of Krishna's lotus feet, my grandfather Arjun and others crossed the ocean of the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Arjun, everybody has seen Mahabharata. If you think that, like, if Krishna was not there, could Arjun have won Mahabharata? Think about it. Every moment Arjun needed Krishna. Whatever happened, every time Krishna had to come in and help. So he says, just by surrendering to Krishna, just by taking the shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, my grandfather Arjun, he passed the ocean of Kurukshetra battle. It was like a huge battle which was very difficult to win in any otherwise without Krishna's support. So it's like when we take the shelter of Krishna, he says it is like have you seen cow? So cow's baby, what is cow's baby called? Calf, right? And the calf is, in Sanskrit, they call him Vatsa. You know, like you have heard in Bhagavatam also this Mahabharat, when you were seeing the B.R. Chopra's Mahabharat, you were seeing that like, oh, what's, you do this, what's, ye karo, what's, wo karo. So what's means small or younger. So what's, so when a calf is going into the mud and whatever the footprint, in that there is a water. So if you want to cross that, how easy it would be to cross, like you just take a step from that. Similarly, it becomes easy for all of us to cross the ocean of nescience and go back to Krishna simply if we can surrender to Krishna. So that is what Parikshit Maharaj is telling to Sukadeva Goswami. So Sukadeva Goswami says that like when somebody asks such questions about the pastimes and characteristics of Lord Vasudeva, Krishna, there is 3 varieties of men are purified. 3 types of men are purified. He says, first of all, the speaker or preacher. The speaker or preacher is purified. How he is purified? Every time I have to give a class, I have to prepare for 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever time I get, I have to prepare. And when I prepare, I read about it, I understand, I realize. So it purifies you. And who is the second? The one who inquires. Anyone who inquires, questions, that person is going to get purified by knowing and getting the knowledge. And anybody in general who is listening is going to get purified. So these are the 3 characteristics when, whenever someone hears the pastimes of Krishna. So let's begin the story. So once the Mother Earth was overburdened with lots of issues, lots of kings who were not really doing it, not ruling with dharma or not ruling with fairness. At that time, she was very much distressed. Mother Earth was distressed, and that is why, with tears in her eyes, she appeared before Lord Brahma and told him about her misfortune. Can anyone tell me what was the form of Mother Earth? Cow. Yes. So she took the form of a cow. Why do you think that she takes form of a cow? I just the question came to me just now, so I don't have an answer yet. So
Cow is holy?
cow is holy, yes. Cow is, yeah, but yes, ma'am.
Just like a mother.
Exactly. So cow is like, forever mother. Like cow will be always be a mother. And like when we think about mother, the first person that, or first, like living entity that comes to your mind is cow. Cow is the mother. So that's why, I think that's just an assumption. But yes, so she did appear as a cow. Okay, and when she went to Lord Brahma, then Lord Brahma took her along with other demigods, Lord Shiva and other demigods, to the ocean of, what is that place called? Anyone?
Milk Ocean?
Yes, Milk Ocean. But that specific island is called what? Svetadvip. Svetadvip. So Svetadvip is the island where Lord Vishnu lies down and enjoys basically. So they went there, and then all the demigods led by Lord Brahma, they offered the prayers. Does anyone know what prayers they offered? What are those prayers called? There is a word for that. Okay. Purusha Shukta. So those prayers are called Purusha Shukta. So then they heard, Lord Brahma heard the voice of Lord Vishnu or Krishna. It says that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, who has full potency, will personally appear as the son of Vasudeva. Therefore, all the demigods should now appear there in order to support him. In the different Yadu families, they should all appear. So that was spoken by Vishnu. And then So that's the background story of how Krishna decided to appear on the planet Earth. Now, some time ago, Vasudev, who belonged to the demigod family or to the Sura dynasty, he married. Who he married? I'm just trying to keep you awake. Devaki. Okay, he married Devaki. Devaki. Who is the father of Devaki? Devak. Devaki. So King Devak. King Devak was the father. Sursen was the father of Vasudev. So that would make them brother and sister. So no, definitely not. So not Sursen. So Sursen was father of Vasudev. Okay. So he married Devaki, and soon after the marriage, he mounted the chariot to return home with his newly married wife. So Kamsa, the son of Ugrasen, in order to please his sister Devaki, on the occasion of her marriage, took charge of the reins of the horses and became the chariot driver. So, what is the relationship with Devaki and Kansa? Cousin brother, right? So Vasudev's brother-in-law basically. So brother-in-law says, okay, today I am going to, although I am like a king or a prince, I am not going to, like ask anybody else to drive the chariot. I am going to drive the chariot myself. Now, it's considered as an honor, right? Like giving a respect to or love or expressing your love for your loved ones. So Kansa is showing, everybody here knows who Kansa is. So but he was showing this good behavior at that point of time. So when they were about to go, ready to start, and Kansa was like controlling the reins of the horses, an unembodied voice addressed him. Akashwani, the voice came. You foolish rascal, the 8th child of the woman you are carrying will kill you. So he heard that message that came from just the sky, like open sky. So he was like holding the reins of the horses, and on one hand he had, he was carrying the whip, and the moment he heard this voice, what did he do? He dropped from his left hand the reins, and he just grabbed Devaki's hair, and with his right hand he drew a sword. He says, I'm going to kill you. Na rahega baans, na bajegi bansuri. If you are dead, your son is not going to kill me. So I just want to finish it right now. So that's why he did that. And as he did that, Vasudeva, obviously he's just newly married and he loves Devaki. So he wanted to protect her. So he kind of tried to have a discussion with him that, okay, what you are doing is wrong. Religion is going to be completely in against of what you are doing right now, and if you continue to do it, then a lot of sin will come on your head, and you are such a great king, and why would you do something which is going to ruin your reputation? So Kansa did not agree with that proposal. He says, no, but I want to live. It doesn't matter to me that I am great or not, or sin is going to come on me. I don't care about that part. I just want to live, so I am going to kill her. So then Vasudev, as a dam, sam, dam, dand, he tried many different things. It didn't work. So then ultimately he says that, okay, let's do it this way. You are not supposed to be killed by your sister, but you are supposed to be killed by your sister's 8th son. So what I am going to do is that any kid that is born of her, I am going to give it to you, and you can kill that kid, and then no problems, right? Like that, then you shouldn't have any danger, any worry about it. So then Kansa said, okay, he agreed. Now I have a question for all of you. Why did Kansa agreed with Vasudev's proposal? Vasudev had the reputation that he would never lie or go back on his word. So Kansa had full confidence that if he says that he is going to give, then he is going to give. So no questions asked. So they said, okay, fine, let's do it this way. So in due course of time, Devaki, the mother of God, and all demigods gave birth to a child. Thus, she bore, like a total of 8 kids, right? And one after the other. And all of them were sons. No daughter, basically. Okay? All 8 sons. And when the first son was born, what was the name given to the son? So they gave a name, and the name was Kirtiman. The first son's name was Kirtiman. He took his first newborn child and took him to Kansa. And Kansa, he felt that such a nice gesture on Vasudev's part, that although he knew that he would kill him, he's still bringing him to him. So he says, I think I don't have any problems with this first one. It is the 8th one that I need to worry about. So you go back and keep your promise that you will bring me the 8th son of yours. And then he let him go. But someone approached Kansa. Who approached Kansa? Narad Muni. So Narad Muni approached Kansa. And when he approached Kansa, he instigated him. That is his role, right? Like he usually instigate people. He's the biggest devotee of Krishna. But so he told Kansa that how can you be so sure that this this Vishnu, you cannot trust him. He says you don't know from which side he's counting. And what did he do? And what did he do? He took a flower, lotus flower. And Narad Muni, he took the lotus flower and he started to, pluck the petals from that. He says, okay, which one it is? Is this first one, or is this 30th one? Which number this is? So Vishnu is going to cheat you. He will say that I was counting from here and you are counting from there. So you can't trust Vishnu. So then Kansa again asked Vasudev, bring him, and then he killed him. And he did not kill just one. How many sons he killed? 6 sons he killed. And on the 7th birth, what happened? 7th birth, who entered the womb of Devaki? Anantashesh or Balram. Balram entered the womb of Devaki. And then Krishna called Yogamaya. Yogamaya is his energy. He called Yogamaya, and this is all described in Bhagavatam. Okay, so he called Yogamaya and told her that there is a task for you that I want you to do. Says that I want you to move the Sadgarbha, the 6th or the 7th, 7th Garbha from Devaki's womb into Rohini's womb. And I also want you to appear or be born as a daughter of Nand and Yashoda. So he gave the instruction to Yogamaya. So that's how Balram was transferred from, though originally conceived by Devaki, he was then transferred from the womb of Devaki to Rohini's womb. And that's how he is also known as Rohini Sutta, but originally he is the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. Okay. So that is why he is also known as Shankarshan. Shankarshan means he was attracted. He was attracted to the womb of, transported from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. So based on the atrocities that Kansa performed, lots of Yadus left, the Mathura Pradesh. But some of them stayed, like Akrura stayed. And Akrura stayed. Why did Akrura stay? Same reason as Narada, similar reason as Narada. He wanted to see Krishna Leela. So he says, I don't care, I'm going to stay here. Krishna is coming and I want to be here. So that's why they stayed. It's not that Akrura was a bad guy and that's why he stayed with Kansa. No. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad and Matsarya. So these are the 6 anarthas that needs to be killed from our heart if we want Krishna to appear into our heart. And then only our natural Krishna consciousness is going to appear. So then Balram was transported and it appeared that Devaki had a miscarriage. And that is why, she lost a son. And then what happened? Kansa was thinking that now Krishna, through the mind of Vasudev, he entered into the heart of Devaki, Krishna. So now this is the eighth child, right? So that is going to be Krishna himself. So he appeared there. And when Krishna came into Devaki's heart, she was fully illuminated. And the entire atmosphere in the palace was like bright. It's all brightened up. And the happiness on Devaki's face was like intimidating for Kansa. Kansa was intimidated. He was worried. He thought that now it's my turn. This is the 8th child, and looking at Devaki, I'm pretty sure that this is Vishnu himself, and I am going to be killed. So he was very, very stressed, and all the time, constantly he was thinking about Krishna. Now, what do we say in Krishna consciousness? What do we need to do? We need to think about Krishna all the time, right? Kansa is also doing the same thing. So is he Krishna conscious? He is Krishna conscious, but not favorably. He is not favorable to Krishna, so it's not in his favor. So Kansa started to think, what should I do now? Should I kill Devaki now? If I kill her, then the 8th child will not be born. So he started to think like that. He said, what is my duty? But then, he realized that he will lose his whatever little reputation he has, because he is going to kill not only just a woman, but a pregnant woman. When you kill a pregnant woman, that makes you completely a demon. So that means that he will have no reputation in the whole kingdom. So he says, let me wait. I'll wait until the Lord was born, and then we'll do what we need to do. Thereafter, at the auspicious time for the appearance of the Lord, what was happening? What does Bhagavatam describe? It describes some nakshatras being aligned, and that is called Rohini Nakshatra. So Rohini Nakshatra appeared. Rohini Nakshatra is considered to be most auspicious, and stars like Ashwini, the sun, the moon, everything was aligned as it should be for the most auspicious time. And everything was very, very peaceful. So why is Rohini constellation is considered as most auspicious? Because it is being directly controlled by Lord Brahma. That is why it is considered to be most auspicious. Okay, so there are certain paradoxes in this story, and I'm going to name some of them. The first one, Krishna, who is unborn. What is the other name for Krishna? Ajo. Ajo means he's never born, and yet he's taking a birth. That is number one. Okay. Afterwards, I'm going to ask these questions. Okay, it is the month of September, approximately, and yet the season was like spring. Everything was fully blossoming, and everything was beautiful. It's like spring. It's a time of midnight, and yet the lotuses and lilies are in full bloom. Lotus and lilies do not bloom during the night, yet at the midnight they were in full bloom. It is a cloudless night, yet there was a mild thunder and the rain soon after the appearance of Krishna. So that's another paradox. He is the supreme controller of everything. Nonetheless, he appeared as the child of Devaki. He is the boss, he is the supreme boss, and yet he appeared as the child of Devaki. And as usual, the practice is the Kinnaras and Gandharvas began to sing the auspicious songs. So I'm going to read a translation from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10.3, 7 and 8 verse. So this is just describing the appearance of Krishna. The demigods and great saintly persons showered flowers in joyous mood, and clouds gathered in the sky and very mildly thundered, making sounds like those of the ocean waves. Then the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, who is situated in the core of everyone's heart, appeared from the heart of Devaki in the dense darkness of night, like the full moon rising on the eastern horizon, because Devaki was the same category as Sri Krishna. And then Krishna's actual appearance. This is 10.3.9 and 10. Tam adbhutam balakam ambuje kshanam chaturbhujam shankh gadad yuda yudham. So what is it saying? Tam adbhutam balakam ambuje kshanam. Does anyone know what adbhut means? Everybody knows it's a wonderful activity, something wonderful happened. Balakam, so the child was born. And what is ambuja means? Ambuja.
Lotus.
Probably it has more than one meaning, I'm not sure, but ambuja is considered as a cloud. So the cloud, like it's, so they are describing the color of Krishna. It is like a rain cloud. And then chaturbhujam. Everybody understands chaturbhujam, right? Chaturbhujam. Shankh, Gada, Yudham. So he had different weapons, Shankh, Gada, and chaturbhujam, so four-armed. Sri Vatsa. What is Sri Vatsa? Sri Vatsa Laksham. The mark. And then Galashobi Kostubam. Gem. Yes. Then Pitambaram. Yes. Krishna always wear yellow. He likes yellow. Sandra Payoda Shaubhagam Mahahar Vedurya Kirita Kundalam. So he was also wearing the kundalam. So he was fully dressed. Krishna was, when he appeared as a child, he was fully dressed. But he had four arms and they were carrying the weapons. He was wearing a yellow dhoti. He had full head of hair, like full hair, and he was wearing a crown. He had kirit kundala, everything. Like, where have we seen a baby born like that, right? Like, so that is why Sukadeva Goswami is saying he's adbhuta, he's adbhut. And just going to read the translation of this verse. Vasudev then saw the newborn child, who had very wonderful lotus-like eyes, and who bore in his four hands the four weapons, Shankh, Chakra, Gada and Padma. On his chest was the mark of Srivatsa, and on his neck the brilliant Kastuba gem. Dressed in yellow, his body blackish like a dense cloud, his scattered hair fully grown, and his helmet and earrings sparkling uncommonly with the valuable gem Vaidurya. The child, decorated with a brilliant belt, armlets, bangles and other ornaments, appeared very wonderful. Sri Krishna Janmashtami ki.